since around December, the start of December, and it's been crazy. It's been a crazy experience uploading every day since then, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been really, I guess, like maturing me in YouTube sense. I feel like I am like a pro at it now, but I obviously want to get better at it. I need, a laptop, computer. I want to do streams. Like, I want to do so much more with my channel, but I'm just continuing just learning more and more about the community, you guys, YouTube, online, social media, stuff like that. So I just want to thank you guys so much for just the amount of support you guys are giving me. If you are looking at the screen right now, if you aren't, you're just listening, we've gotten over, I know definitely me and you watching this video right now have gotten over 100,000 views this month and over 1 million minutes watched in January, and that is just like the craziest thing to me, and I just really want to thank you guys so much for just always sticking around and just making this a very crazy experience. And I just want to thank you so much. If you're watching this, you're part of that, 100,000 people, or I guess views, if you want to call it that. I just want to thank you so much for just making this month just so awesome for me, and just making me continue wanting to do more and reaching out more, because that's all I want to do with this channel, is to help people, connect people, help me, connect with you guys. If you don't know, my 4-year anniversary on YouTube is coming up in a couple weeks. Like, I think it's around the 14th of February, and I am going to be doing a sort of special, and then I do that every year. But I'll go more into depth about that stuff. But you guys know I've been on YouTube since a very long time, and this year has definitely been the best year I've ever had on YouTube, with the connections and just talking to you guys, and just the way I feel. It feels amazing the way I am on YouTube, and I'm so excited to where we can still continue to grow as, me, myself, and I, Jake, and also the channel ASMballeR. So just very quickly, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for just the amazing month of January. And yes, I am doing a 4-year anniversary video. I think it's the 14th. I think that is my anniversary date. I actually have to double check, but if you guys didn't know, make sure you guys look out for that video. Also, quick shout out to Joe and Antonio and a lot of you other guys who have been getting custom content from me. If you don't know, yes, in my description, I think it's in all my videos, I always hit up, my email for custom content, custom videos. I do role plays, specific player or teams, specific gameplays, specific role plays, anything you guys want. I do custom ASMR videos. If you guys want one, definitely hit me up on my email. I've done a very select handful of them. Big shout out to the people who have done that. You guys are absolutely amazing. Yeah, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and yeah, I guess we can finally get started. Okay, looking at some of these pictures, again, you guessed it, NBA opinions. Big shout out to those guys, or person who runs it, I'm not entirely sure, but we're doing build a team around, and then blank a superstar. It basically takes a certain player at their position, like this one for instance. Build a team around Kobe Bryant, and it has Kobe obviously a shooting guard, and you have to build the next 4 players to surround Kobe to build the best possible team in your opinion. So again, it's different, but it's something similar to the $15 sort of team builder, but it's something kind of different. So hopefully you guys can enjoy this, relax to it, whatever. But yeah, so it seems like here we have to choose a point guard between, I'm assuming they're in their prime, prime Rajon Rondo, prime John Wall, and prime Nate Robinson. That's pretty interesting. Next we have prime Carmelo Anthony, prime Paul Pierce, prime Vince Carter. That's a pretty interesting, just small forward position there. At power forward we have prime Dirk Nowitzki, prime Kevin Garnett, and prime Tim Duncan. Ooh man, that power forward, that is a stacked position, man. At center we have prime Chris Bosh, prime Boogie Cousins, and prime Ben Wallace. Ooh. Oh man, this is gonna be tough, but I can see what I can muster up with my basketball IQ, I guess. No, I'm dumb. I hate my basketball IQ. Anyways, so building a team around Kobe. So we already have our superstar. We have Kobe, our go-to scorer, our go-to guy. How can we make this team great? Starting with the point guard, I think just on a different level. No offense to Danny Robinson, he can be our sixth man, but I'm gonna take some other players. So we have Rondo, we have John Wall, and when I think about this, I do know John Wall is a very good defender. Rondo's a very good defender. John Wall's taller. Maybe Rajon Rondo's a better, passer, facilitator. So it's really up in the air. You could probably pick any one of these players and be all right. Make sure, obviously, you guys comment down below your guys' opinions and stuff on this. But I do think that John Wall would need the ball in his hands a lot to be effective, and there are a lot of people on here who are going to need the ball in their hands to be effective. I think Rondo would be great being off the ball, but not being like an off-the-ball scorer, being that off-the-ball facilitator to create offense for the other, guys like Kobe and other players like Melo, Paul Pierce, Vince Carter, even the bigs. A pick-and-roll game with them would be amazing. I think he might be a smarter basketball player. No offense to John Wall, but the IQ of Rajon Rondo. I mean, all the players talk about how smart Rajon Rondo is as a basketball player. So definitely John Wall, if that's your taste. But for me, I'm taking Rondo. So we have Kobe. Well, we have Rondo at point. Kobe at the 2. At the 3, we have Carmelo, Paul Pierce, Vince Carter. Let's see, prime Vince Carter was definitely a dog, especially if we're talking. It looks like right here they have the Toronto Raptors version of Vince Carter. In my opinion, the prime Vince Carter is the New Jersey Nets Vince Carter, which is an amazing player nonetheless. So he's a great player, but again, kind of like the last one, I think Melo and Paul Pierce are just on a different level than Vince Carter. No offense to Vince Carter, he's definitely been, the alpha dog on a lot of different teams, but I think I'd rather have Paul Pierce or Carmelo than Vince Carter. No offense again, but between Carmelo and Paul Pierce, that is, oh my god, that is very tough. well, Kobe's our go-to guy. We have Paul Pierce, our sort of a second in command, the guy who can really put the ball in the basket when he needs to. We have Tim Duncan, great perimeter interior defender, can also be a great glue guy. I think having Chris Bosh on the team, having that stretch five ability, but also great post scoring, a lengthy defender, not the best, but can get the job done. I think I'm gonna have Chris Bosh at the starting center position. So we have Rondo, Kobe, we have Paul Pierce, we have Tim Duncan, and we have Chris Bosh on the team. Let me know, is that a good team? I'm really tempted to pick Melo over Paul Pierce, but I think Paul Pierce was a better perimeter defender in his prime than maybe Melo was. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, we are on to the next one, and this one is build a team around the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo. And for this one, we have point guards of Ben Simmons and Chris Paul. Interesting. We have a shooting guard of Klay Thompson or Jimmy Butler. Then I'm assuming they have Giannis at the 3, which is terrible. I hate that. Definitely do not want that. I like Giannis at the 4. I think that's really his true position. But there they have him at the 3. And at the power forward positions, they have Blake Griffin or LaMarcus Aldridge. And then at center, they have Steven Adams or Montrezl Harrell. Sorry, I totally forgot his name. Okay, so obviously point guard. This one's pretty easy in my opinion. Obviously, I'm picking Chris Paul. I almost said Ben Simmons just to throw you guys off, but no, definitely Chris Paul. 3-point shooter, really good perimeter defender, a great floor general. Can definitely be that sort of floor general. That guy who controls the offense. Giannis doesn't need the ball, have the ball in his hand all the time. Can create offense whenever he needs to. The coach on the court, definitely taking Chris Paul. No offense to Ben Simmons, but basically Ben Simmons and Giannis kind of play a similar game. Just Giannis does it at a extreme level than what Ben Simmons can do as of right now, especially this season. He's having kind of a down season, but you get the gist. Then we have the shooting guard selection of Klay Thompson and Jimmy Butler. I'm picking Klay Thompson, a great scorer, great defender, has been on great teams before. Jimmy Butler is a great player and can score, but obviously the 3-point ability, the shooting streak, the hotness. I don't know if I can say it the right way, but the way that Klay Thompson can score and get hot on the court is one in every couple players in NBA history. You know, it's a player that they can just go off for 60 without dribbling the ball at all. So I think having that ability with Klay, plus being a great defender, I'm keeping on my floor. This is where it gets really hard, is these next two positions, Blake Griffin or LaMarcus Aldridge. Now, obviously, if it is the players in their prime, this would be different, but it's nowadays. And both these guys nowadays are in very different places as they were years ago. Obviously, LaMarcus Aldridge, always having his name in the ballot for the best power forward in the league. I would say personally, obviously being a Blazer fan, I think he was at one point in time the most talented power forward in the league. Blake Griffin, definitely in that same way with the Clippers. I think he definitely was as well. At some point in time was the best. But right now, dang, I'm about to say something very controversial maybe, but I think the only reason why I'm going to be picking Blake Griffin is the fact that Blake actually has a good ability of hitting a 3. I'm not saying LA can't, but I think Blake probably shoots a better percentage from 3 than LaMarcus Aldridge. Let's see, field goal percentage 34%, so not bad. He's attempting 2 a game, and he's attempting 6 a game, making 2 a game, 34% on the year. I like that. I actually like that a lot. So I'm gonna pick up Blake. I'm not gonna be using him a whole lot, but he's available for corner 3s. Being hopefully somewhat of himself, a normal Blake Griffin will be very nice for our team. So then at center we have Steven Adams or Montrezl Harrell. Okay. I love Brook Lopez for the Milwaukee Bucks. I feel like he fits Giannis's sort of play style very well, and I really love having that sort of stretch ability with Brook Lopez to play alongside Giannis, because obviously Giannis can't defend the interior very well for being almost a 7-foot guy, super broad shoulders, very strong, very athletic. I feel like he can really defend the interior, and I don't know if having Steven Adams there would really mess with that. But then again, Montrezl Harrell also is not like a stretch big. He can't really shoot at all. He's just a very good rebounder. as my starting five. I think that's not bad. I think definitely you could switch out Montrez for Steven Adams. I don't know if that's going to make a big difference, but maybe it will in your head. That's totally fine. It's just my opinion, my stupid opinion. You could also switch Clay with Jimmy Butler. I feel like that's totally fine, but I think having the ball movement would be very helpful. And I think the ball would stick a lot to Giannis or Jimmy or Chris Paul a lot more instead of having that very free-flowing offense. If it was Clay, a shooter, you'd have, offense through Giannis, always through Chris Paul, and then it sort of just plays around with everyone. So I like that a lot. I think that is going to be my team. Oh my god, this one's actually kind of a super team as well. I want to know, in your guys' opinion, which one is the best one. Well, obviously the first one is because it's Kobe, Paul Pierce, Tim Duncan. Like, those guys are all legends, but let me know of this second group of people, which one's the best team. This one is pretty interesting. This one is build a team around Kawhi Leonard. At point guard, we have Trae Young or Ja Morant. Shooting guard of Devin Booker or Zach LaVine. Power forward of Robert Covington or Aaron Gordon. And then we have DeAndre Jordan or Dwight Howard at center. Man, this is tough. Oh man, this is a good super team. Okay, so we have point guard of Trae or Ja. Oh my god, that's so tough. I have no idea. Obviously, ball movement, 3-point scoring. You got Trae. You got, driving ability, athleticism, defense with Ja Morant. Oh my god, it's just really just pick your poison, man. It's a toss-up. It's really a toss-up. Okay, so when I see the shooting guard position being a very good offensive style of team with Zach and Devin Booker, I feel like when picking my point guard, and this might be controversial. Oh my god, wait, do I really want to do this? I don't know, I might make some people mad because I know Atlanta Hawks are a lot of people's favorite team, but I might have to go Ja Morant because of that defensive capability Ja Morant can have. I think that backcourt would be a little more solid because, don't get me wrong, I know obviously 3-point scoring, Trae Young is on another level, Steph Curry, Dame Lillard type of level of 3-point scoring, but defense and ball movement, Ja has that ball movement ability. I think he averaged last season close to 8 or 7 assists a game. Way better defender, 6'3", bigger body, more athletic, can still score at will. Obviously, we've seen that throughout the years. I think he scored 40 earlier on this year. In the preseason, he did. Ja's still a great player. Trae's a great player. I'm going to personally pick Ja. And then with the shooting guard position, we have more a scoring option that maybe Trae would have filled. But now having that defender, hopefully, in the backcourt with Ja. I know he's not a great defender, but he's a defender. We have Devin Booker and Zach LaVine. So with Devin Booker and Zach LaVine, obviously, I know Zach LaVine is a great player. He's one of my favorite players to watch. Same thing with Devin Booker. Both these guys are just killers. I definitely know for a fact that Devin Booker hasn't really had the season we were all hoping for him to have, and then Zach LaVine's team isn't really having the season we were all hoping for them to have. So both these guys are down pretty bad. But in my opinion, one of these guys are a better facilitator and could probably fill in that gap that maybe Trae Young would have brought. So I'm going to pick Devin Booker over Zach LaVine, and that really hurts me a lot because I love Zach LaVine. Great game, great scorer, amazing player, but we all know Devin Booker is also that. He's just having a very down year right now. I think on my team, I want the best Devin Booker I can get. So I'm going to pick Devin Booker. Can be that sort of two-guard facilitator. We have a really good facilitator in Ja as well, but a better defender. I feel like that backcourt is a little bit more solid now. And then we obviously have Kawhi Leonard at small forward. Then at power forward, we have Robert Covington and Aaron Gordon. Kind of easy for me. I'm going to pick Aaron. Oh my god, I was at Aaron Gordon. I'm going to pick Robert Covington. Robert Covington, again, like Devin Booker, not really having the start of the year that they really wanted. But we all know the great defense Robert Covington can play. Great defender, great 3-point shooter. Can very much be that sort of sit him in the corner type of player. I'm sure Aaron Gordon can do that, but the defense of Robert Covington, the switchability of Robert Covington, in my opinion, is not something to be overlooked. So I'm picking Robert Covington. Then at center, we have DeAndre Jordan, we have Dwight Howard. I think I might pick up Dwight. forwards of Robert Covington and Kawhi Leonard. Great offense with Devin Booker. We have a great point guard in John Morant who can really be that sort of hopefully perimeter defender. Devin Booker, great facilitator. Dwight Howard just locking it down, just being Dwight Howard, normal Dwight. I really like this team, so this one is actually a pretty good team, at least in my opinion. Okay, this one is going to be the last one, and you can obviously tell why. This is build a team around, yes, Damian Lillard, who had a crazy last minute of the fourth quarter and his game against the Bulls, which, again, I am shocked. Great game. I didn't watch it because it should not have even came down to that. No offense to any Bulls fans out there. You guys actually should have beat us. I don't know what happened there. But anyways, besides the point. Build a team around Damian Lillard. We have Damian at point guard, obviously. Then we have a shooting guard of Bradley Beal or Klay Thompson. Small forward of Michael Porter Jr. or Andrew Wiggins. Okay, some young guns. We have a power forward of Jason Tatum or Zion Williamson. Oh my god. Then we have the center of Rudy Gobert and Bam Adebayo. This might also be the cake for the best team around, so definitely let me know which ones are your favorite. Okay, so choose a shooting guard. So Bradley Beal is an amazing scorer, an amazing player. You could definitely do a build a team around Bradley Beal. That would be a great little pitch for a video, but I mean, Klay Thompson is just a great player, and I'm sorry I had to use him again in one of these. Maybe I could have filled him out with someone else, but I love Bradley Beal. But I think, obviously, with Damian Lillard being the point guard, I think like Bradley Beal could easily be a sort of point guard in today's NBA if he didn't have Russell Westbrook on his name. I feel like he played a lot of sort of point shooting guard, if that makes any sense, last year. And I feel like this year he's more of a shooting guard, but he definitely needs the ball in his hand a lot. So I'm going to pick Klay. I feel like Klay and Dame would be a great backcourt, especially with the defense. Damian Lillard is not a good defender whatsoever. He's scrappy. He stays in front of his man, but he's just not a defender, let's say. So I'm picking Klay, being that backcourt defender around Damian Lillard. I feel like that works out pretty well. At small forward, we have Michael Porter Jr. and Andrew Wiggins, and Andrew Wiggins is definitely he definitely gets a lot of crap for the way he plays, how he plays. You know, he's not really the Andrew Wiggins we were all hoping for him to be, the sort of the next great forward in today's NBA. People were comparing him to he was supposed to be the next, you know, the next thing in the NBA, and it didn't turn out. So I feel really bad for him. But man, you cannot not pick up a guy who's 6'9", 6'10", great wingspan, great scorer, can hopefully become a great defender. I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to pick up Michael Porter Jr. at the 3. Again, just a very lengthy, hopefully good at one-day defender. Again, Damian needs a lot of defense. He definitely needs some defensive help. I feel like Michael Porter Jr. can be that, at least more than what Andrew Wiggins can be, but can also turn that into some offense. Doesn't need the ball in his hand a whole lot, even though he asked for it. But I'm going to pick up Michael Porter Jr. Let me know if that's a good pickup. Then arguably our second in command, our next go-to guys, Jason Tatum or Zion Williamson. My God, this is actually a very tough pickup for me, in my opinion. I wish I could pick Jason Tatum at small forward, because that's, if Jason Tatum played small forward in today's NBA, guys, he would be an even better player. I feel so bad from having to go up against guys who are way heavier than him, way stronger than him, and this, that, and the other, so I really feel bad for him. But Zion is a great player, but I feel like with Zion, the ball really has to stick to him for a little bit, post moves and offense rebounding and things like that. I don't really have to, I don't want to have to rely on that a whole lot. Plus, with Klay Thompson is a good scorer, but he's not really a good on-the-ball scorer. He can't create offense, and I think with Damian, if he gets in some trouble and he can't, facilitate, pass the ball out really well, great ball movement, gets disrupted, I really want a guy who can be our second go-to scorer, kind of like with the first team with Kobe and Paul Pierce. I want that. So I think I am going to pick up Jason Tatum to be our sort of, hey, Damian Lillard's getting double teamed, Damian Lillard's getting trapped, we need another ball handler. That's going to be Jason Tatum for us. So we have Jason Tatum at the 4. Then at the 5, we have Rudy Gobert and Bam Adebayo, two very great players as well. And I feel like this one really comes comes down to style of basketball. Do you want more of a run and gun Damian Lillard ran team or a half court style Damian Lillard ran team? And man, Bam Adebayo is playing extremely well this year. Let's actually check out his stats. I know Rudy Gobert is obviously being on sort of the best and hottest team in the NBA right now. Not best, but the hottest team in the NBA right now. Obviously, that's definitely for them. But Bam Adebayo this season is averaging 20 points per game, nearly 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Just an amazing all-around player. But again, a 6'9" center, man, that is really tough. He's also averaging under a block a game. So, switchability defense, perimeter defense, obviously Bam Adebayo scoring, Bam Adebayo rebounding. You could argue either player, but interior defense, you got Rudy Gobert blocking, Rudy Gobert. Man, this one is really a toss-up. I have no idea. I'm just gonna say Bam. Bam is having a very good year this year, and if we're going off of this year, and from what I saw in the finals, dude, like I think I have to pick Bam. I think Bam is a great player, great young player. I think him running with Dame and Jason Tatum, that's great ball movement. We have, you know, the quarter sniper 3-point shooter in Klay Thompson, and I know for a fact, if you also know, you saw the dunk that Michael Porter Jr. had, you know that guy can run as well. So I think we will. And also Klay Thompson, obviously not a run and gun player, but has played with Golden State Warriors teams, so I've always been fast-paced teams. I feel like he can keep up. So I feel like we're gonna go with a fast-paced team, and we're going with Bam. So we have Damian Lillard at point guard. We have Klay Thompson at shooting guard. We have Michael Porter Jr. at small forward. Jason Tatum at power forward. And center Bam Adebayo. So again, you can definitely pick Bradley Beal. You could have picked Zion Williamson. You could have picked Rudy Gobert. That also would be a great sort of team matchup. But I feel like this one is a really good one as well. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Sorry if the beginning of this video was very weird. I just really wanted to congratulate you guys on having such a great month, and thank you guys so much for just being there for me. And I really hope you guys know and understand how much you mean to me. So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe if you liked the video, and yeah,